Hi there and welcome to my video, which is actually the last in a series which are linked together, and it's all about how to remember what the agenda is. Remember why you actually are doing what you're doing. So for example, in one of my earlier videos, I had posted how to regulate your own chemistry. And so we're all as humans affected by other people. And in the diploma, which I studied, which is coaching in neuroscience, we really know that our body is affected in terms of biology and neurobiology and in neuroscience. And we would refer to it in a coaching term that humans are basically an open loop social engagement system. So what that means is that your chemistry and everyone around you's chemistry is all affecting each other. We're all affecting each other and influencing each other. So your chemistry's influencing my chemistry, our family, we're all influencing each other's chemistry. In a community, we're all influencing each other's chemistry, whether in a home environment, a work environment, a larger community environment, the environment of a country. It's a level of chemical reaction which can be measurable by science. So that's basically that part. So how do you remember what your agenda is, or how do you remember why you were there, so that you can regulate, especially if something has happened. So let's just work on the premise that something has just happened and your chemistry's just got really, really unstable, and so you need to regulate. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. Hi, I'm Sandra Nelson. I'm a life coach. I'm an intuitive healer. I'm a Reiki master. I'm also an intuitive reader. All of my work's online. I work with people around the world. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also hit the like button below. And if you enjoy this video, I'd really love some feedback. So please comment, like, and share as we build a really, really good YouTube community and build a real conscious kind of level of thinking for people out there. So basically, if you remember what your agenda is and you remember why you actually need to regulate, you will be able to follow steps to regulate your chemistry. So one of the first things to do is to actually just really know yourself, to know yourself, to know what it is that you're going to do for that day. You set up a contract with yourself. I usually know what I'm going to do in advance, usually on a daily basis and a weekly basis. And so I prepare myself as best I can. And then the second thing is to know your own values. So to have an aware of your values is really, really important. And then the third thing is really to be able to retrieve data, create some new thinking. And that's the ability to pause in the moment and ask yourself some really good questions, because when you ask yourself really good questions, inevitably you have to answer them, and that brings your thinking and steers your thinking into another direction. So this fourth tip, which is actually how to remember what your agenda is or how to regulate. So say, for example, you're in a family situation. It's a Christmas situation, it's a wedding, it's Easter, it's some other sort of, family gathering where there's a celebration. And bearing in mind that a lot of us haven't been able to do this with COVID, because it's 2021 and we had COVID in 2022. So the whole world has really had to shift their values. So back to on point. Just imagine you're at a family environment. It's a little bit of a spiky environment. There's some family members don't always get on with each other. There's a bit of history. You're trying to regulate your chemistry. You know that there's going to be moments whenever people could possibly spike off each other or grate and be a little bit frictious with each other. And so if you remember what your agenda is, so say, for example, you're going to this family wedding. It's a celebration of two people that you really care about who are making a spiritual union and a spiritual contract with one another. You're going to have fun. It's going to be peaceful, and you're going to talk to at least 10 people if you can, and just have a meaningful conversation with at least 10 people. It may be even that you want to be able to hear their story from 10 people. You would like to make 10 people laugh. You're really looking forward to seeing family members you haven't seen before. So you have an agenda of why you're going. So if you're caught up in that kind of family dynamic where there's tension, there's conflict, there's people who just spike off each other and they're just a little bit greedy, you can just remember your agenda. For example, a really simple agenda is you're going there for peace. You're just, everything's very peaceful. And so no matter what anyone says or what comes up, you're able to regulate your own chemistry, because right away, as soon as that conflict is presented with you, you can link in with, you've prepared yourself at the beginning of the day, you know what your values are, you're able to ask yourself some really good questions, and straight off you just remember why you're there and how you can regulate, which is you're there for peace. And that was part of your agenda for that event, was to have a peaceful event and really enjoy the wedding and two people making their sacred union. So you see how easy it is to use this as a coaching tool, just to regulate your chemistry in an instant. You've pre-thought things out, you kind of have primed yourself for your reactions, and no matter what comes your way, and sometimes we can have situations where it can take us 2 minutes to regulate our chemistry, sometimes it'll take us 15 minutes to regulate our chemistry. I've coached clients who have had, one sentence spoken to them, and it's taken them, anywhere between a day and a week to regulate their chemistry from what was said and from the impact that that had on them. But if you look back on the videos, if this is your first one, or if you're finished the series of 4, please comment, like and share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I hope this really, really helps you regulate your chemistry. And if you'd like any more information, please get in touch with me. Thank you so much. I'm Sandra Nelson Healing, and thank you for watching my video.